The saga continues, and we're only, 4 days out?
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you
We're
imagine?
only 4 days out. The election was 4 days ago, and the crazy, like I told you, I said it's going to continue for at least a month. They're going to be talking about this for at least a month.
No, it's not going to die. He has to be sworn in. That's the epitome of madness. While he's getting sworn in, nervous breakdowns will happen. Heart attacks will happen. I'm not wishing this on anybody, but if you can get bent out of shape for something like this, it's coming. It's
But
coming.
my question is, why him? And he was already in office. Why him though?
It was already, I know, but the propaganda worked. Let me tell you something. They were spraying stuff in the air. We don't know what's up in that thing. You know what I mean? And to hear all this propaganda put out against him, and to have Kamala Harris saying it to his face at the debate, saying it to his face, and the people who were moderating were in her corner. It's proven.
Yes.
Everything was stacked against him, and he still won. And they're mad. People are leaving hateful comments on my videos, text messages, disappearing voicemail messages, phone calls. I bet you, watch, January's going to come. You're going to have a Democratic wife divorcing her husband, who's Republican.
You know
And they're
what?
going to say, what's the reason?
I'm seeing videos on that. I'm seeing videos on that. I'm seeing the videos of women shaving their heads. I'm like, what's shaving your head gonna do? Why are you shaving your hair and divorcing your husband? You're gonna be crying in 6 months, especially if you were one of those stay-at-home moms and you don't have no money.
Well, Trump is the reason for the divorce, so they figure that it's going to go through with no problem.
And now they're trying to say people are committing suicide. I'm like, give me the news report of somebody committing suicide.
Oh, man. I'm not cruel, but that's humorous. That's very funny.
But it is. Because I'm like, over an election. But like I said, why him? Because they always have the same, no matter who the Republican candidate is, the left always has the same propaganda of how bad they are and how racist they are. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But what shocked me is the video I sent you earlier, and to me, it's not a shock to me, but I was kind of taken back over how many black pastors endorsed Kamala Harris.
Well, they're in bed with the Democrats
Kamala Harris
anyway.
or whatever.
Yeah, but they're in bed with them. That's protocol. They come around and kiss a few black babies and appeal to them because there's other things going on under the table. You see, there's other things going on. You don't think those politicians have to come up with some money?
See, I understand that, but why does it always have to be them doing black people? They don't do white people that way. When there's a white candidate running, I don't see them going around to all these white churches.
Because we're bedazzled by somebody coming to give us attention and to give us a promise. You know, like I always said, when I lived in Orlando, there was a street named Bruton Boulevard through the black neighborhood, and there are other streets too like this. But there were so many churches, huge churches, church after church after church. And it was amazing because when I used to drive the bus going down there, the 319 route, okay, it goes partially up there, and there's a church that it went by. And it was so funny to see people stepping over the crack vials and condoms on a Sunday morning. Indication of what was going on the night before in this same neighborhood. But yet the white politicians and just black politicians, who just politicians, but mainly the white ones, were coming around year after year. Those same crack vials, those same condoms are there. You want to act holy on a Sunday morning and go and step in there with your big hat. Your car is clean and polished and you got your suit on. But while you were sleeping, your own daughters, your own sons were out there doing all kind of dirt, which shows there was no improvement in the community. These are the things I see. And I've seen it with my own eyes. Things never change. And if they seem like they change, they shift. It's like when Rudy Giuliani was mayor, and he had this philosophy with the police that you have to go after the small things, micromanage the people. You saw so many black men up against the wall being frisked. And that caught the logic was that caught the guns, that caught the drugs, but the jails were packed out. And so when they cleaned up so-called Times Square of all the peep shows and sex shops and all of this stuff, there's a few sprinkled there, here and there, but it's like Disney now. It's all Disneyed out. You still have the Broadway plays and legitimate movies and stuff, but all of the stuff that was so-called sleazy from the 70s, the 80s, into the 90s. I remember that. I used to go down there in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I left New York in 2001, but I saw all of that from young. If a person doesn't remember or didn't live there, watch the movie Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. I would name his name of all names around, right? But it had clips and different things in the background. It didn't show 42nd Street as it was the full thing, but you got a feel of the old New York. And it was slimy and grimy. But what happened? And why am I bringing this up? The reason why I'm bringing this up is that when Mayor Giuliani cleaned out Midtown Manhattan and most of Manhattan, all of the decadence went to the outer boroughs. Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx. Staten Island was an island, a separate area. You had to take the ferry to go over there, but I'm quite sure things popped up over there. But now in Queens and Brooklyn, and mostly Queens where I was, you had peep shows. You had more topless bars. All of the stuff was pushed out. So he didn't change anything. You see what I mean? So they go through this whole thing and the promises, we're going to clean up. All they do, it's almost like sweeping, but you never use the dustpan to pick up the dirt and throw it out. You sweep it to the side. And then when you find yourself walking on that side of the room, you're stepping in dust. And it eventually comes on back.
Wow. Wow. But I think, shouldn't there be some type of separation between the pastors and political issues and candidates? I think so. Because
we'll see. Yeah, should be.
Because when the thing is, a lot of times with the left, from what they represent today, because the Democratic Party didn't always have the same, didn't always represent the same thing, but I'm talking about what it represents today. This goes against your own Bible teaching. So I'm kind of confused how you can back a candidate that stands for all this stuff, but yet you preach in your pulpit something different. But I should have known that you were going to get your congregation to agree with you, because most of your congregation is brainwashed. And I hate to say it like this, but they're also mostly women. I hate to say it like that, but they are.
It's the truth. We're not knocking on sisters, but it's the truth. Because that's what's left in the church. Women and men who want to be women.
And children, and that's it. Women, children, and fairies is what I call them.
Right. We give the children a pass. But the fairies in there, the choir directors and all of these ones, in there, some of them messing with the pastor. It's a hot mess.
Right.
But it's a replacement for the nightclub the night before, right? Lots of times. It's a social club at worst. But for many who don't go to the club on Saturday night, they get up earlier and that's their club. That's their social gathering. It used to be a very serious place, especially coming out of slavery, when you didn't know if you're going to make it through the week. So-called master gave you a little bit of a break. You know what I mean? He wasn't so hard on you on Sunday because you were controlled. But he had to listen to what that pastor said, because he didn't want that preacher to tell you something revolutionary or for you to congregate and make plans. So they always had that white man in there. A lot of folks don't know that, And in the church, when you walk, like say, for example, the service is going on, but you got to go to the bathroom, right?
Right.
And you see a brother or a sister get up and walk, not disrespectfully, but it may be something that they have to do aside from going to the bathroom, whatever. But you got to go. They put their finger up. You know where that comes from?
Where does that come from?
That comes from slavery days when that white man was propped up back there and you put your finger up as a sign of respect that you either had to go to the restroom or do something. If you didn't put your finger up in respect, that was a bad thing, but that's where it comes from.
Oh, my goodness.
Most people don't know that. That's a fact. I learned that. And I heard that from several different reputable sources. Trust me on that. And then they do that funny step. They're walking and it's like they're pushing down their foot with, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, because see, back in the churches back in the day, they weren't allowed to just be black people in the church. They had somebody overseeing that church while everything was going on. They weren't bothering anything, but we're going to make sure that you're not saying anything you shouldn't say. And what do you see today? We have social media platforms. And guess what? We have AI and we have real monitors monitoring what we're saying. It's the same thing. It's a different type of plantation. It's a digital plantation right now, but it's the same thing. Except we don't have to put up our fingers. We're being watched. And you think with Meta, aka Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg owning WhatsApp, don't you think that he's monitoring everything we're saying at a high rate? People can't conceptualize this because they think that, no, it's too much stuff out there. There are a gazillion people on phone calls. That data is so easy to store. Remember the day, back in the day, when you had 8-track players, and a big clunky 8-track player inside of a car, and you couldn't even rewind the 8-track player. You had to go through all the songs again, clunk, 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 to get back to the song if you wanted to hear it all over again. Now you got MP3s that can fit on a tiny, tiny thing, and you can see. So if we have this stuff, what do they have? I always say that. What do they have? And they're storing it up and using it against us.
So what do you think about Jamal Bryant letting Kamala Harris come in his pulpit and quote unquote preach a quote unquote sermon, and him I don't know if you saw that clip or not, because he was preaching against like how black men, you know, it takes a real black man to support a black whatever he said. He said
with his behavior toward black men. Who is he to get toward black women, rather? Maybe men, I don't know. Maybe that's a Freudian slip that came from the divine. Maybe it's a down a little bit. Who knows what he's doing now? All I'm saying is that with his record, with his conundrums that he's indulged in with women as a pastor, see, if I couldn't take it no more, and I was so tempted, and I just felt weak, I would say, listen, y'all, this is what's going on, and I can't hold the station no more. I'm up front like that. I'm not going to try to sneak nothing. And I'm not going to say, hey, later on I'm going to the hotel to meet somebody. No, I'm not going to say, listen, I'm in a dilemma here. I am distracted. My downloads divinely are not coming through clear because I am feeling this way. I need to be able to deal with myself. I would get more respect. Yes, there would be some who be gossiping, but you can't knock that. It's like a heroin addict who says, listen, I need help. I need to go to rehab. He's saying it. So if you step down, not after the fact because you got busted, but before anybody knows anything, say, listen, nothing has happened yet. And I hate to say yet, maybe it will, I don't know. But I don't want to be in this capacity because this chair that I hold, this station that I'm manning, I'm not worthy of that to give my 100% focus. You see what I mean? And I don't understand how these pastors cannot do it. This is what you do completely.
Right.
Like I'm not even comparing it to me, but I make sure to take a little time to create something. My focus is there. So how are you going to drive around in a car and have a nice little place and getting fed from the flock? It doesn't mean you get $1 million. Some of them get $1 million and $7 million and jets and all this stuff. And you still going to carry on like that? But like I said,
my thing is, out of all pastors that they could have chosen, they choose him. I'm like, this man is on his third marriage. He's already ruined the life of 2 other black women. He has outside kids that he's had on his wife. You are the last man talking about, you know, it takes a strong black man or something like that to support, you know, a sister. You haven't supported a sister a day in your life. You cheated on him.
I didn't make him the messenger for that message, of all people. What a joke. What a joke. And if I was in a position, I mean, I have the desire to be a pastor. Just on my past alone, I have no shame in it. I'll tell you all about it. I'm not going to do that right now. But I wouldn't even put myself in that position because I know that people are going to start digging stuff up. And I would own up to it. And I'd be like, listen, I don't do that now. That's not how I'm living now. But yes, I did that. But I have enough respect that I wouldn't even want to waste the church's time from people running their mouth. You understand? Right. I can serve in a different way. I'm not scared to serve in that way if that was for me to do. I would have a big service and say, hey, all the gossipers come, show up, bring your recorders. I'm going to tell you about my past. I'm getting it out so you have nothing to whisper about, because they'll be like, well, he did say he did that. See, I would deal with things because, see, me, I have no shame. I have absolutely no shame. You're not going to shame me. That's one thing I refuse to do. Something happened to me in my childhood. I think I either fell off my unicycle and everybody in the street laughed, or something I was like grossly shamed. And I was like, I am not going to feel this again in my life. And something I was ridiculed about. I think I was in the color guard. You hold up the flag when you go up there when they have assembly in elementary school. My zipper was open.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, that's the last time I was shamed. That and falling off the bike. Like that, because that's a form of control. You know what I mean? And him now, and like I said, with his track record, if I say 2, 4, 6, 8, you're going to say 10. If he's been doing this all along, who's to say he's not doing it now?
Right.
That's none of my business. But all I'm saying is that this is your track record, man. If you know a guy who's on crack, you know him all your life. Here's a guy on crack. You're going out of town for 2 weeks. Do you give him the keys to your house and say, hold down the fort? You can stay there with, you can eat all you want. You can watch the TV, sleep, everything. No, you'll be cleaned out before you even get up in the flight. Before you even get up in the air, you'll be cleaned out. Certain things you should already know. And that doesn't fly. Him of all people. And for her, who chose who? How'd that work out? How did she find him to go there? Just to clean things up.
I have no idea, but she also made a mockery of black people because, Hillary Clinton did the same thing when she was quoting the Negro spiritual.
Oh, yeah. What did she say? What was the thing? Eyes tired or I'm not.
I don't feel no way. Hillary Clinton, I don't feel no way. I'm like, is she serious?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They think we're stupid. And there's a lot of black people.
And then Kamala Harris, she gets up there and says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, you are not even a Christian. How are you
She's
even?
A witch. She's a witch. I can see it all over. That's what my spirit tells me. She's a straight up witch, casting spells, doing satanic stuff. She's a witch. Well, Ernst, you can't say that. Yes, I said it. You can't see heat. But if I get near the stove and say, man, it's hot over here, I can't see it, but I felt it. And she's evil, vindictive. I'm going to get you back. And she's going to do what she can do in 4 years. They ain't going to pick her. She ain't going to win, but she's going to be on the sidelines trying to rip up somebody else, and she don't care. And she had that in her from that clip from years ago. Well, I don't think, no, that's something I want to think about.
You see her trying to run again in 2028?
She ain't going to get nowhere. She's not going to get anywhere. They're going to elect her. I mean, it's only for entertainment. They're just going to hand it right over to the Republicans again. But there's such momentum. I don't even know if there'll be a Democratic president for a long time.
It may not be because with this presidency with Trump, if the economy turns around really good and people really start making money. Well, when it turns around and people start making money and the housing prices go down and the interest rates go down, they're probably, they're going to reelect another Republican. They are.
Well, see, look at that. The Democrats and Democratic people stand to benefit from that game. They don't remember what that was like. Was it torture for them? How did they explain the last 4 years?
Right, because my thing is, I'm saying this: we lost in 2020, because I did vote for Trump in 2020. I really did, because I didn't want Biden or Harris, so I did vote for Trump. But I lost. That election was a loss for me. I didn't make a video. I didn't threaten nobody's life. I didn't assault anybody. I didn't talk about anybody. I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna do things different for this 4 years. That's all I said. But like to get this kind of backlash, and I'm like surprised because I'm like, they act like he was never president. So they're pretty much reacting like they don't know what he's going to do, but he was already president. So you shouldn't. The reaction shouldn't be this strong. The reaction shouldn't be this severe.
Like they don't know him. They're like, oh, he did that to fool everybody. Now he's going to do, and they're still pushing this 2025 on him. Ain't it something?
Yes, he don't even know about agenda. He was like, that's not. He said, I don't know about no agenda 2025. He said that's not me. That was written by some radical person, some right wing radical. But he said, I don't know what agenda 2025 is.
But they still push it. They're sick. They're twisted. They're delusional, and it's a shame how, again, we have to speak it like it is. What happened to these black women who ran with the narrative of something that's not even real? They can't even
because they were in these
something.
churches. They are in these churches listening to their pastors, which they look at as God in a way. Like I'm going to admit it.
Yeah.
They're going to these churches. These black pastors are endorsing the Democratic candidate, and it's like vote blue no matter who. So this person can have any type of value, any type of policy. You still need to vote Democratic. And what's alarming about that is that creates one-sided thinking. You're not willing to have a conversation to see what the other side represents. You've been told your whole life your side is the right side. You're black. You still need to vote Democratic. Republicans are racist. They hate you. They don't have your best interest. But you don't even know the policies. You barely know the policies in your own party. But you blindly vote for them every election year. And that's how a lot of people are stuck on a Democratic plantation. They don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to think outside the box. And to me, that's a dangerous way of thinking. So you have all these black women, and that's how we blindly vote Democrat, hook, line, sinker, because we don't do the research. And the research we do is from TV, from MSNBC and CNN. That's the only research we're willing to do.
You get your programming that way.
And they lie. Both sides lie. And I'm not saying Fox don't lie. Fox lies too. All of them lie. But why? But why would you just listen to TV? And I'm not even saying. And don't get it wrong. I'm not in love with Trump. The only reason why I voted for Trump is because he had better policies.
Yeah. Kamala had no policy.
Care for Trump. I don't care for Trump like that. But like I said, I voted for him last time because he had a better policy. I voted for him this time because he had a better policy. If there was a Democratic candidate that ran, they had a good policy, I would have voted Democratic.
Wow.
But what the Democratic Party represents, I don't see myself voting for them for a long time unless they change their policy, unless they change what they represent.
Right. Wow. Do you
and
hear
that's
that?
Where a lot of black people are stuck, because even though Trump won, Kamala Harris, she still got over 80% of the black vote.
That's crazy.
Which is right. Isn't that alarming? She still got over 80% of the black vote.
But that's frightening, though. That's frightening. That's frightening that it can even happen like that on somebody so paper thin. So, oh God. You saw her interviews.
Oh, of course.
These people are voting for that. They're zombies. I'm quite sure.
But Lance, I'm black and I'm supposed to vote Democratic. And I'm seeing online where more black people are losing their families and their social circles. I seen this one guy on TikTok. He was like, if you voted for old boy, the other dude, I don't want to shake your hand. Don't talk to me. I don't want to know why. You're blocked and deleted. And I'm like, huh?
Wow.
And this comes from a black man.
Wow. So if he ever has to go in for open heart surgery and he sees a surgeon with a MAGA hat, he's going to turn around and say, don't operate on me, you just die. People are stupid. I'm telling you straight. Not even stupid. It's the other word. They're stupid. Stupid.
I was looking at this one lady's channel. I was looking at this one channel, and these black women, they have a YouTube channel. I forgot what it was, but they're conservative black women, and they vote.
Right.
You know, they voted for Trump. And this one lady said this store in her area where she likes to shop at all the time, and she said, I like to go in there and get, jewelry, and she got like little, costume jewelry for women. It's like a women's boutique store. And she said she's been a faithful customer, but then the woman posted online something that was like very liberal leaning that she posted and emailed to all the customers. And so the lady that's conservative, she responded to it. She was like, she put her views in there too, and she had responded to her. And the lady came back and was like, I don't need your business. Blocked her on Instagram. You don't have to buy anything from me. And I'm like, just because you voted for Trump, this lady tells you not to shop at her shop anymore? So my thing is, if I own a business, I don't care. If I'm getting customers and I'm making money, I don't care who you voted for. You giving me your money. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democratic, Libertarian, Independent. I don't care what you are. You are shopping. You are giving me business.
I don't care if you're a gay Czechoslovakian midget. You can come on in and shop.
Right. But this liberal thing with black people, because see, my thing is white people. I don't see white people being like this. You could be white and vote Democratic or Republican, and you won't lose your social standing. You won't lose your social circle.
Right.
You won't lose anything. But if you black and you decide not to vote Democratic, you could lose everything.
Right. Wow. But we're done. We're doomed. Overall, collectively, we're worse off than we ever been. Worse off. We could have the nicest cars, the nicest homes, the status, the profession, but we have no clue. As a people, as a collective, and again, we may not be a monolithic, but let it be some daggone overlap so that we can unify on certain things and move as one to make progress, and we can still be unique. Doesn't mean we have to get rid of our being unique and having our unique views, because we come from many different places. We're global people, different backgrounds, cultures. Different things. Me and you are a prime example of that, Lance. Me and you are a prime example of that. You don't have the same spiritual beliefs. I know that, but we get along so well. Right. But there's overlap, and if we get to talking about it, there's not going to be an argument. Maybe you'll enlighten me to some things, and I'm like, oh man, I can see where she's coming from. I'm going to move that way, whichever way.
And you've enlightened me on some things about what I should think about nature. I'm like, I never thought God did create nature, so yeah, I can rock with that. Yeah, I can rock with that.
Right. So we have our righteous filters where we allow certain things in and we dissect it, and you keep the good and get rid of what you can't use. That's how you grow.
Chew the meat and spit out the fat. Chew the meat and spit out the fat.
Exactly. Right.
But I'm sorry, you're vegan, so chew the vegetable and spit out the seeds. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll say that I'm not completely vegan anymore. I found out the fallacies in that. I'm more plant-based, but I still include other foods that are not. But I'm still the majority plant-based.
Okay, but well then you need to do a show on that, but yes.
Yeah. And look, I was gung-ho in it. I was gung-ho in it for like about 12 years. And did not veer off any one time. That's the way I am. Once my mind locks in, it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm vegan, and then you catch me at the chicken joint, licking my fingers with the oil. You know what I mean? No. And if I was to do that, or if I was tempted, I'd say, hey, I'm tempted. I'm doing. But with Mrs. SCURV, the way she cooks and makes things taste a certain way, like I don't need to go there because this tastes because it's just a taste with certain foods. When I learned that on a hormonal level, there's certain substances you need in your body naturally, and if you don't get them, you're messing yourself up. And so with me, I found that I was starting to lose. I'm not training anymore. I haven't trained a bit in the gym since 85 as a bodybuilder, but in 2001, I trained a little bit for a couple weeks when I was in the Corrections Academy. but that wasn't training. My body responded real fast. They thought I was on steroids because I have that. My background is for muscle memory, but just naturally I was losing muscle mass. My testosterone level was down. I'm still strong throughout the time and aggressive in a civil way, but I noticed from within myself my drive wasn't as strong. And I began to research and study, and there was a lot of research on that. And I'm going to say this one thing, and we'll get back on the topic. You see a lot of people who say they're vegan. It's not about being vegan. What is vegan? Well, the focus when you hear vegan, you think about meat. Well, he's vegan and he don't eat meat. So they have the mentality where it's not a thing where you think plant-based, like I'm going to nourish myself with a variety of plant-based foods, right? Which I supplement with other things out of the plant-based umbrella. When you think about plant-based, you're nourishing your body, a variety of fruits and vegetables. When you think vegan, it's not about nourishment, it's not meat. So you can end up being very much malnourished because, well, I had French fries and that's vegan because I didn't have meat. That's a very dangerous way to think. Right, I'm not saying to eat meat, right? But they're focused so much. It's like Kamala. She didn't run on policy. She ran on Trump. Her thing was focused on Trump and calling them names, and she messed up because she advertised them. And so if people didn't know and they were kind of leaning toward against them, and like, she's cackling about this Trump so much, let me really research her. And she did him a favor. You see what I mean? See how slick I swung that around from vegan back to the topic? That stuff wasn't true. No, you heard me? I said, you see how slick I swung that back? You see how slick I swung that back from vegan to Trump?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just playing with you.
Well, no, you're fine. You're fine. I know, I'm just saying once they researched, they found out that stuff wasn't true. That's all she did.
Right. And then that made them a believer. And so, but I just don't know what the common denominator is. Why these people are bent out of shape and why our own black folks are bent out of shape. The men who are supporting, they're weirdos, man. Look, I'm sorry. I hate to do a collective thing. There's no reason. The woman never spoke about policies. She already said, I'm not going to do anything for black people that I can't do for anybody else. She jacked up the borders, let all these people in, gave them money, allowed all this stuff to go on. And you tell me something's wrong with me for not voting for her? Something's wrong with you. She wants to give sex change operations for criminals that are locked up. You want that? Giving immigrants away illegal, whatever, and you pay taxes all your life? You want that? Then hey, look, if you believe in that, Democrats, do me a favor. Your next paycheck, write it out to me and send it to me. Or I'll become a false Democrat and campaign and get all your money and go back. If you're that stupid, we'll do that. You'd be like, Lance wasn't lying. I was walking on the street, SCURV for governor, SCURV for president. I'll run. I may not win, but I'll make it a fun campaign.
And have you heard about this? Her campaign. You remember she raised, I think it was $1 or $2 billion that she raised in that short amount of time.
And she's in debt now.
$20 million.
And Bill Gates gave her 50.
20 million. What happened to all that money that she had? Why is it 20 million? Because they said in her account mid-October she had 118 million in there. So why are you negative 20 million now?
Oh my God.
That was like what, 3 weeks ago maybe? Why in the world are you negative $20 million now? Where did that money? And plus, you raised all that money. There's no way in the world I'm going to raise $2 billion and I'm still losing an election. Those people need their money back. If I was one of them people that gave you money.
Yeah. But she spent money on the celebrities instead of going the social media route. Social media is free, and if you invest in it and pay these platforms, they will keep your name out there. The people are not watching the news no more. Their phones, they have an intimate relationship with their phone, so they look to their phones, even to look at news clips. But even people talking back and forth, and you learn so much and you're influenced so much. So she should have went there. You got to go where the people are. You got to go where the people are.
But
makes
if
no
I was one of
sense.
them people that donated money to her, if I'm Bill Gates, I'm like, you know, you lost the election. I need my $50 million back. You lost the election.
All right, Kamala. I ain't gonna say
I
nothing
would need
nasty
my
about you
money back.
tonight.
You raised $2 billion and you lose anyway. You lose anyway.
Lose bad too. She gonna have to. She have to put in some work.
And I'm looking. I was looking at that map today. She didn't get any swing states. How can you not win any of them? You didn't even win the states that were supposed to be blue.
That map was bleeding.
Some of the states that were supposed to be blue, Lance, she didn't even win those.
Oh man. And where did she go from here?
She's been mighty quiet. Her and Mr. Biden hasn't said anything since the election, since she conceded a day later.
Right. But he had a MAGA hat on. What the hell was wrong with him?
When did he? I gotta find that. I haven't seen him with a MAGA hat, but I gotta find that.
Yeah,
I have to find that because I have not seen him with a MAGA hat on. But he was very cheerful after the election. Everybody kept saying, "I'm like he's glad that he lost because he's too cheerful."
I think he's cheerful because if it's true that he can't stand Kamala Harris, he's smiling because she got her ass whipped. That's what it is. I couldn't stand her.
And the thing is, he could leave the White House knowing that he's the only man that ever beat Trump.
Right. He'll be mumbling that in one of his dementia rants.
But see now, CNN and MSNBC, instead, among the whining that they're doing, they're also saying that they don't think the election was fair because Kamala Harris came in July and she didn't have as much time to campaign.
That's lame. That's lame.
You they have to reach. You know they got to reach because she lost. They got to reach for something. So they're saying that she didn't have the time to campaign. It should have started in January. Joe Biden backed out too late, and she didn't have all this time to campaign and be in front of America where people can get to know her better.
She had all them years in office to get to know the American people better. But if she goofed off that money, who knows what she was doing? As vice president, what has she done?
I didn't hear her after after they had their inauguration. I didn't hear anything. I didn't even see her at all on anything. I just kept seeing Joe Biden. I didn't see her.
You can't even Janet Jackson her. What have you done for me lately? Not even lately. What have you done? What have you done?
But that is what they're saying now because they're trying to go over like why she lost the election, and the main thing that I'm hearing is that she didn't have enough time to campaign.
Let me tell you something. If I was vice president, I'd respect the president. But while I'm in that position, if I had a hint that I want to run for president, my campaign starts as the vice president. I'm not going to hog up time to just promote myself, but I'm going to be doing things that the people know that I did.
Right.
And they're going to know. And you have all that visibility. You can get up and not even try to outperform or outshine the president. No, that's not your job. But hey, this is what I did and document it. So when it comes time, they're like, yo, we want her in there. We want him in there. But you sit there and she might be sitting up in some beauty salon around the corner.
Yeah.
You get your butt in there and get some work done. You don't even see her. I actually forgot about her. You'd hear the name, but there was no presence. There wasn't nothing where, I know her. She's cool. She's this, she's that. But she shames the black men and has the black women acting crazy. I never seen black women crazy.
She sent Barack Obama after y'all.
Exactly.
I saw that. I'm like, what does black men think about this?
Thank God for social media, because they sure responded. I wonder how he felt. Like I said,
Barack Obama, they're all millionaires anyway, so it don't even matter to them who wins. It really doesn't.
But he wanted control through Kamala, just like he had control through Biden.
Right.
Get ready, Michelle Obama. You're next.
And I'm here. Look, like I said last time, if her policies aren't right, she won't be getting my vote either.
Exactly. All that emotional stuff doesn't work.
But that's how they've been winning in the past. If I lead with race identity and emotion, and I talk about abortion, I talk about gay rights and transgender, I'm going to
win. Say something favorable of that. How is this hitting me in the pocket? How is this keeping a nuke from dropping on my head from another country? What are your policies in dealing on an international level? You see what I mean? Like, right. How does it? How you have to sit down and itemize these things. You're a nice person. No, we're going into the bargaining table now. We got to sit down and talk. This is business. How does this affect me? What's in it for me? I want no little weed and what the hell are you talking about?
Well, she offer y'all weed and loans. You were like, I don't smoke no weed. What am I gonna do with weed?
I'm telling you, right?
Yeah. A lot of black men were upset because she pretty much just stereotyped you right there.
She been doing it. She's that condescending white woman. There's nothing black about her. If she had a drop of black blood, let me tell you something, it's under attack. Them white blood cells inside of her killing it. She's having an internal civil war.
Right.
At least she can go back to being Hindu again.
Yeah, because
change her race again.
Candace Owens said we made her Indian again on Tuesday night. We made her Indian again.
Wow.
We made her Indian again Tuesday night. But yeah, I just, I saw that clip about the black church, and it was like what they were saying about the right. I'm like, that's not true. And they were repeating the same propaganda that you would hear on MSNBC and CNN. And that tells me how I know they watch those channels and that they get indoctrinated. They were speaking the same talking points. They were and they're in the congregation. They're up in the pulpit, and they're saying these same talking points. One guy, I don't know half of them, but one guy was like, yeah, I'm not voting for somebody that's a bigot. I don't vote for bigotry. I don't vote for convicted felons. I don't vote for a man that cheats. I don't vote for a man that cheats on his wife. I'm like, all these pastors that have cheated on their wife. But anyway.
I know. And those are the ones who got caught. What about the ones who are out there doing it and didn't get caught?
Right.
Ain't nobody perfect out here.
All these things. He's fearing off all these talking points. And I'm like, you're in the pulpit. You should be bringing forth the word of God, not talking about a politician.
Exactly. Exemplifying that.
And then they'll tell you, oh no, we can't tell you who to vote for. I can't sit up here and tell you who to vote for. But you kind of are, because we already know what the talking points are. You kind of you are telling me who to vote for.
It's like Jesus talking about Caesar.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to get behind Caesar.
Yeah. But it was just a shock to me how, and it's like, he's president. He's going to be president. Just drop it. He's going to be president. Just drop it. Please.
No, but really, really and truly, that is a sin. to lie on somebody to that level where, you know, who knows the loonies out there who really believe that stuff and don't know about it and don't want to go and assassinate the man. He got a family and everything. Come on.
Right.
And they know this. But they know he's a real one. And they know he ain't going for the foolishness. That's what it is, too. He's not just going to talk around things. He says what it is.
Right.
And I believe in that. But you can say, well, he said this, but what is he doing? God knows I said a lot of things. Maybe it's a good thing that maybe it's a good thing the old channel's gone. Man, I said that. Woo! Ain't gonna say that no more.
I found this video. Oh yeah, I gotta send this to you. But I found where some gospel artists endorsed Kamala Harris, and I gotta send you the commercial.
Oh no! Yeah, send it to me.
And see, I listen to gospel music from time, but see, I got to remember who these artists are, so I know not to listen to their music because they're promoting what they're promoting. It goes against what they sing about.
Oh, I listen to old stuff too. I listen to older stuff that I know.
Yeah, but you have got. But to me, that was even scary. I'm like, you got the preacher's been doing it for years, but we got gospel artists endorsing politicians.
They're getting paid off. They want their money. They want that promotion. Yep. They say, yeah, if you win, we're going to utilize you in some of our events. We're going to push you out there more. That's right. Kamala. The Hindu Irish lady. Now she can be Indian again. She gonna have her MEGA hat. Make India great again.
Oh my goodness. Wow. But yeah, gospel artists are endorsed her. Like I said, it don't matter now because she's still off, but still.
That's where that money went, paying celebrities. Could you imagine how much she gave Beyonce?
Beyonce did not perform, nor did she dance. I'm trying to figure out how much that would have been.
Mm-hmm. Still a lot. She just showed up, bare minimum. Jay-Z didn't even get out the car. He was like, I'm going to sit out in the car right here. I'll wait for you.
That is crazy. And it's scary. It's crazy and it's scary.
Even the driver, probably went inside to use the bathroom real quick, and Beyonce was waiting for him.
That is crazy. I didn't know she was. But you know what? It was a last-ditch effort because they say her numbers were dropping really quick in the polls. That's why she was bringing out all those celebrities. Her numbers were dropping in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that because the way TV tells it, those liberal outlets, she's up, she's going to win. And it's like they were so cocky about it because everybody she talked to, everybody that was interviewed, she is going to win. This country is going to see a black woman president. And then when she went to those churches, they introduced her as the next president of the United States. They had her come up on stage. Let's pray for you. We're going to prophesy over you. We're going to do this. You're going to be next. I said, so now that she's not president, are y'all going to do an apology video? Are y'all going to do an apology sermon? Because tomorrow is Sunday. I really want to know what those sermons, I really want to know what the sermons are like tomorrow. I want to know what the title of your sermon is tomorrow. I'm serious. I want to know versus last Sunday before the election, since you prophesied that she'll be the next president of the United States. What is your sermon tomorrow? Are you going to give an apology sermon?
You know they're not. They're going to talk about the devil. The devil didn't make her win. How did the devil make the devil not win? How the devil make the devil not win?
But that is my question. What is it? All these churches that spewed all this hate, talking about how Trump is the Antichrist and all this other stuff, and Kamala's gonna win, and God don't like ugly, and God is gonna put in the office who America needs. Well, he has, according to you, he has. So what is your sermon tomorrow?
Well, see, here you go. They talk bad about him. I'm not defending him, but she calling herself a black woman and all this stuff and lying and all this stuff, all the lies she called on. I'll tell a dirty joke on her. They said she was going down on the polls. Well, that's nothing new. She's used to going down on polls.
Yeah, to do that.
Say nothing more. That's not a shock.
Oh, gosh. Oh my goodness.
She's used to it. What else is new?
But like tomorrow, I want to be a fly on the wall in Pastor Jamal Bryant's church.
Don't let me find a website or some little social media platform. I'm gonna troll these people. I'm gonna have fun, and I ain't gonna hide. My name is Lancescurv. Half of y'all probably know me already. That damn Scurv. They'll block me.
I really want to know because a lot of them, church, they stream church online too. I should just see if they have, or they're gonna cut that part off and just have an in-person service.
Please let me know. Send me a link if you see a chat room. I'm going up in there. If you see any kind of platform with a chat room or whatever, just let me know and sit back and enjoy the show.
Them comments gonna be turned off. They gonna stream the service. Look, they gonna stream the service, and the comments gonna be turned off.
What you're scared of? What happened to no weapon formed against me shall prosper? You better keep it off forever. Because if I get a hold of that page, I'll be back the next week.
You had the comments open last Sunday. What happened with this Sunday? Why can't they be open this Sunday?
Well, they block it this Sunday. I'll be on next Sunday. I'll tell everybody too. I'm going in this particular chat room. If you want to have fun, you want to laugh, trust me.
They're going to block you as soon as they see your name. Lance, they're going to block you as soon as they see your name.
On the name alone. Listen, I'll perform some miracles on that day. If you're constipated, you won't be no more. If you got sinus problems, you'll clear out. Every orifice will be clear. You'll be laughing so hard it will clear right out.
They know it's gonna be trolls. If they stream their church services, they know it's gonna be trolls. Everybody will have their comments off. Watch every church, especially black church, they're gonna have their comments off. They definitely gonna have them comments off. And you know what? The thing is sad to see a random black person and you can guess which way they vote.
Well, they put it out there like that, prophesied over people. How you gonna do that? Go through the form and fashion of saying that. And you're not supposed to even touch in politics. You're gonna bring that over that. That's not nothing to play with.
That is what they were saying. That's what I was saying in those tips. They was like, she's gonna be the next president of the United States and laying hands and praying. And there's nothing wrong with laying hands and praying. That's how I believe. But don't sit up there and say she's gonna be president of the United States like that, because God don't care nothing about our politics. He don't.
Right.
But them, you let them tell it. They gonna spiritualize everything they can spiritualize. So
I'm telling you, they will.
Every election year, whatever the Democratic candidate is and whatever they represent, no matter what their policies are, they're gonna endorse that Democratic candidate. And they're going to prophesy that person is going to be... I mean, they do this with every Democratic candidate. The next president... I'm like, stop saying that. Because some years you're going to be wrong.
Wow. And it was
she even went on The View and you...
We been the next election.
Yeah,
She's not getting her foot in the door.
I told you she probably won't even win the primary.
She probably will be out of politics. She's going to get ridiculed and trolled. They're never going to let her forget this. You got shows all over the world trolling her and bringing out facts and playing this stuff over and over. You're going to see her in 4 years. It's like she's going to be like 40 years older. Trust me, this is going to age her because she's the type of person that will go online and look at every comment and everything and be mad. So she's just going to have to be a witch casting a lot of spells because it's going to get worse. And the young folks coming into the fold, they're not going to let her forget it.
Oh, yeah. And you know, if you know who runs for Democratic candidate against her, she's going to automatically lose. If Michelle Obama runs,
oh, yeah.
She losing against Michelle. She will lose against Michelle. Because guess what? Michelle, at least Michelle is actually black this time. But
So what they gonna say now about Michelle? You know, they're not gonna say, "Oh, she'll be the first black." They'll probably say she'll be the too black, like she's too black, too strong. So she's gonna use her blackness to sway people back.
Right, and that's why I say if Michelle goes in 2028, it's going to be even worse because she's actually is black, and it's like that's really going to be the forefront. That's really going to be the forefront.
And not only
and
that,
then, Obama's going to be up in there beside her like, yeah, I was already president. Y'all, oh my gosh,
look,
yeah,
you can't. Yeah. Look. They're going to do better than Kamala because every time Michelle go to bed, they're going to be talking at night. They're going to be in the bed planning.
Yep.
Well, Michelle, you have to do it this way. To say this that way. Yep, she's gonna play it, and she's gonna go there.
And Michelle be Michelle probably have a way better chance of winning because, not like I said, she's actually black. Two, she could talk politics. Michelle, you see Michelle speaking with interviews. She don't do no word salad. So Michelle knows what she's talking about.
Exactly. And she knows how to
Michelle can do a debate. Michelle actually can talk politics. So she had they probably get the presidency back. If Michelle runs, they'll probably get the presidency back. Yeah.
And they'll make a mistake and try to swear Barack Obama in because he'll be the one really doing it.
Yeah.
Yep, he'll be the real one.
But I don't know. I don't know if Michelle wants to run for president. I don't know if she wants that headache because it is a headache.
It is, but like I said, she gonna get that phone call from the so-called elite, and she gonna have to do it. I can hear Barack now. Michelle, you're gonna have to do it, Michelle. Because they're gonna try to kill me. They're gonna do something to us. You gotta do it. I know you don't want to do it. I don't want you to. They're gonna kill me. They're not gonna get you. They're gonna kill me. You see Barack Obama walking around in a hoodie in Chicago, trying to hide and blend in. It's like, listen, man, you can't hide them ears. Hey, brother, don't brother me. You chastise him. You chastise us over Kamala. Get out of here. You can't even come in the hood. You fooled us before, but you better turn in your hood card. Michelle, I can't even go out there.
You know Barack Obama don't have no hood card. He don't have no hood card.
He lost his hood card.
He don't have no hood card. He barely got a black card. It's about a hood card.
His black card is all washed out. It's gray. You turned down. Your card's no good, sir. So do I have to go to the white neighborhood? Yeah, you better, because it'll work there. It ain't gonna work here. Go to the mixed neighborhood, it still don't work. So many black people here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. This was a very colorful election. And that reaction is very colorful. And like I said, I'm not surprised at the black church, but it's like, when are we going to start thinking for ourselves? Because the black church is another brainwashing tool that's in the black community.
Big
And
time.
it's funny how, these pastors had the talking points of Trump taking money and not just doing something for the rich. You take money out of the black community every week. The black
there you
church.
Go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like Umar Johnson says, that Jesus money goes right to the white banks.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I know he mad. I mean, his cash apps went down and everything. Hit the cash app, hit the cash app, hit the cash app.
And you know what? Like I said last time we were talking, something was wrong when Umar Johnson wouldn't even back Kamala Harris.
Oh, I know he wouldn't. And I know Umar Johnson had to be watching Candace Owens. I can't stand this, but she's right on point.
Yeah. And guess what? They said Black Lives Matter didn't even back Kamala Harris.
Oh my God. Mm-mm.
I don't back Black Lives Matter either because there's so much fraud and everything that's in it now. But
right.
They didn't even back Kamala. I'm like, yeah, it's she must be like a pretty bad candidate if they didn't even back her. And they were back and they said Black Lives Matter Black Lives Matter backed Trump and not Kamala Harris. I'm like, what they doing backing Trump for? I'm like,
Well, see, all Kamala Harris would have had to do to get the backing of Black Lives Matter is she's a liar anyway, so fabricate that she had a lesbian lover when she was younger.
See,
Black Lives Matter would turn because there's nothing but lesbians running at the top. They'll be like, oh, really? She's one of us?
I'm going to tell you two
she
things
is like
that
us.
come on.
She is like us, like the song. She is like us. With two fingers up and licking between. She is like us.
I think she would have won the election had her husband been black because, like Barack Obama, he wasn't black. He wasn't all the way black, but he was half black, so that kind of helped.
And he didn't have the black experience. Right.
But he had a black spouse.
Right.
So that kind of helped. But hers, like, first of all, you're not even going to be black. And then two, you're going to have a white man. No. No.
Well, you see, you know how you have those tests, those school exams, those state exams, and you got to fill in the bubble with the number 2 pencil?
Right.
See, Kamala on her own is like, and they tell you, fill it all in. She's like that person who just put a little dot in the middle, right? But if she had a black husband, that's like filling in the bubble and going beyond it. She would have got her over. At least she going to bed with a black man every night.
And this one guy was like, you don't even have a black husband. He said, you couldn't even produce black children.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Maybe if Willie Brown was, Willie Brown, the mayor, if he slipped and had a kid with her.
Mm-mm.
That's like filling in that bubble with the number 2 pencil. You got a black baby inside you, so you'll let you pass.
Right. So what do you think needs to change with the Democratic Party and how it's presented to black people, especially the church? Do you just think that, because I think the church just needs to take their hands off of politics completely.
Exactly. See, if I give them my opinion and it work, they better pay me. That's what they're going to have to do, right? But anyway.
It makes sense, but I think as the black church, because we could talk about issues with the black church, but this ain't the show. But I think the black church just needs to stay out of politics because they wrongfully influence people to go the wrong way. But no, I'm not going to say go the wrong way. I'll say this. They don't encourage people to read policy, and what they do is they get on these platforms that they know they have, especially the mega pastors. They know they have a big following. They get on these platforms. They get on their platforms, and they just say the same thing. They just confirm what CNN and MSNBC says instead of telling their congregants to actually do the research for yourself. The same thing that you should be doing when I'm preaching this word, you should be reading the Bible for yourself.
Right.
Do your own research about these politicians.
Right.
Make sure you understand their policy and what they stand for. And then after you do that, on both sides, don't just do it for your candidate. Do it for the other candidate too.
That's right.
And after you do that, right. After you do that, decide what policy works best for your life and which one will be more beneficial for your life.
Right. Right. And
that's all you have to do. But as a pastor, you shouldn't be saying, because when I grew up, I used to hear vote straight Democratic. Vote straight Democratic. Really? What if that Republican candidate had a policy that would be more beneficial to me than a Democratic candidate? Like, they don't get that. But they're not telling the congregants this. And I think this is why black people, as a majority, are stuck in the Democratic Party and not thinking for themselves. This is why we're stuck.
But it's an old way of thinking. It's an old entrenched way of thinking. Those two things don't belong together, you know? But right. in the black church has really become more hypocritical. When it was a life and death situation in slavery, we had all kind of things going on, but it's a very serious thing because you did not know if you were going to be at that service the next week.
Right, right.
Looming over your head. Now it's show business. Now it's entertainment. Now the pastors, it's about celebrity worship with them. They don't even know their congregants. You got bodyguards. You got pastors standing up there with dudes behind them as bodyguards, packing pistols because they're worth so much money.
Right.
It's turned into something else. What kind of spirit is that? What is that?
A celebrity spirit, if you want to ask me, because what pastor that is really preaching the word of God and following this Bible that he reads, why would he want to be treated and looked at as a celebrity?
Exactly. But that's what it is. Now see, a lot of the people in the black church, they're not gonna like it, they're gonna get mad, but they have the whole mentality. Because their pastors are their pimps. And they brag about what the pastor has. Just like a hooker who's brainwashed and stupid, not keeping her own money, giving it to the pimp, and bragging about what the pimp had, but you gave it to him. And you and a bunch of other girls gave it to him collectively. Yeah, and calling him daddy too on that. My daddy got a Lexus. And yeah, he got this. And you see these old church ladies sitting on the bus stops. Don't even have enough money to get on the bus. And they drives past them. One of the pastors, yeah, look at him. Look, see, he got a job. Oh, my pastor just bought a Rolls Royce. But you both sitting up on the daggone bus stop, got some moldy Ronald Reagan cheese sitting up in your refrigerator. Don't know how you're going to pay your bills on a limited income. And I got to give my last. The Lord will bless me to pay my mortgage and pay my rent. Why don't you be a business person and take care of it yourself?
Right.
You take this money, you give it, and then you cross your fingers that you're having to take care of your needs. And you go back to the same church, and they can't do nothing for you. What's up with that? And they tell you to pray on it.
Democratic Party.
When you need this money, you need this money for the building fund, you pray on it. Tell me to pray on it after I gave you my money.
You know that the black church. You know the black church always got a building fund that's never paid off. You already know that. You know the building fund never paid off.
You've been paying that building fund for 20 years.
That's why I never get paid off.
That's right. That's right. That's right. It's the building fund, all right. It's to take care of his bills when he's having fun in that building with them other women. Building fun. Having fun in the building.
I just had this thought. Maybe it's because the Democratic Party is the party of handouts and the Republican Party is the party of opportunity. Have you ever thought about it that way?
That's true. That's true because a lot of us want handouts. A lot of us want handouts. Look, we are old reparations. I get that. But a lot of us have this hookup mentality. You're a black man with a business. Here come people. Oh, let me get the hookup, man. Well, how's that man gonna make his profit? And it's your duty
he
as a
could have just
person.
started a business, and he could have just started a business. He can't give you no discount if he just starting out and he just started this business.
But not only that, a good consumer will go for the best prices. But if you black and there's a black-owned business and that black-owned business is in your community and doing things in the community, I don't care if he's charging a little more. It's your duty to go buy the stuff from him. He might be employing 2 young black boys, a black girl, do some paperwork, whatever. It's circulating. It's your duty. And if everybody supports him, he can come down in the price. But we don't support those businesses. But we want hookups though. But his price is too high. If somebody else charges high, you don't mind paying it.
No, if you walk up in Target right now and that item is $30, you'll happily pay that $30. You're not gonna get to the cash register and say, "Hey, I saw this for $30. Can you give it to me for $25 or $20?"
Right.
You're not gonna do that at Target. You ain't doing that at Target. You're gonna put that item back if you don't have that $30.
Exactly. You know, hookups there.
Yeah, but the Democratic Party, to me, from what I see, it represents handouts. They want the handouts. But people don't realize that the handouts come with a higher tax bracket.
Yeah, and they're compromising themselves. They'll get a little handout, but you better sit down and be quiet now because we're going to do what we want to do. There's a price to be paid with that handout, and they don't realize that. Give me the opportunity. I'm self-motivated. I'm self-disciplined. I'm goal-oriented. I'm focused. I'm going to go. I'm going to get mine regardless of what. I got the determination of a roach. I'm going to keep coming back. Been around millions of years. I'm still here.
Right.
You done got sprays made for me and all this. I'm still here. Call me the roach man. I ain't never going away. Knock me down. I'm going to get right back up. Stomp me. Right. Or leave me there. And you come back in the kitchen and you'll come with a tissue to pick me up. I'm gone. I'm going to drag that one little leg to crawl up under the refrigerator. I'll heal up and I'll be right back on you and get eating your food. Yes, I will. I'm going to get mine. You ain't going to stop me. I'm venomous with mine. Like Mike Tyson said, how dare they challenge me with their primitive skills? You're not going to stop me. I'm not hung up on myself, but you have to have that in you in this world with so many things coming against you and so many deceptive things coming against you. You have to make up your mind. I am going to get this. I did not come out here.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I didn't come out here on some materialistic thing, but I also didn't come out here to live as a pauper. I want the money that I have to stretch. And I was in a deep conversation with another sister of mine, and she said, Lance, you got all this time on your hands. You got all these smarts in your brains. You know how to do a lot of things. You go ahead and you make that money from where you are. Don't pressure yourself. Money's not your God. We know that, but you'll be able to help other people who have the right mindset. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. There's no time for sitting down. I'm not going to cheat nobody. I'm not going to rip nobody off. All I do is work my behind off, but I'm going to work my behind off now in the areas that I'm setting up and be able to help people who are worthy of investing in. Not just hook up the Negro I knew from 40 years ago. Hey, man, you in the corner, right? Come on out, man. You know, you can go chill, man. They got some fine honeys out there. No! Not importing no hood out here. No. I don't care where you from or who you are. So when you think of making a financial ascension with an expansion plan that you can help other people who are ambitious, it's a very inspirational thing, because beyond your physical life, you would have started something that's still helping people. Forget if they know my name or not. Forget if they met me. Forget if they don't have my picture up on their wall. I don't care about that. But if your candle can light other candles and your candle eventually goes out, you still live on through the people that you lit their candles on. And too many black people, they do not think like that. That's why I see about 92% of them are doomed. 92, it then went up. I said 85. Come around, mess around next week, it'll be 96. They have the know-how, they have the brains, they just don't motivate, and they don't. There's something wrong with us. We get to a certain level and we don't unify. We don't support each other. With black folks in 2024 in America, the majority of them are straight weird. They work hard to look normal, appear normal, healthy, mentally fit, all that stuff, and then it unravels on these jobs in neighborhoods. They're blinking weird. I'm not going to say no career, I'll just say blinking. They're blinking weird. They have a self-destruct thing inside of them. Once they get to a certain level, they don't want to see nobody else get there. As much as people talk about the small hats, right? Yeah, they network and they help each other. Yeah. When they have their weddings, the people in the community come and give money to the ones getting married to start and undergird a business. When they're growing up in their parents' house, it would be an insult to the parent that child go out, that young man or young woman go out and go rent from somebody else. No, you stay in here until you get on your own. See? And they're going to help to make sure. And they're going to use the finance so how to twist things around, and the banks will twist things around. We're going to get you in your own place, but you also owe the community something for helping you to get there. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, that's fine. And that's how it should be, but the American culture does not teach us that. The American culture says you need to get out at 18.
Oh, yeah. And on the flip side, there's validity in that, because if you're going to sit around and be lazy and not look to do anything and smoke weed, and I'm not saying all black children smoke weed, I'm just saying that those who think that they can just get a free ride, then you need to go. Right. But if you are ambitious, if you plan on going to a trade school or going to a school, or, you worked and saved up a little bit and I can add on to it, and you want to do something of your own, fine. You can stay up in here 19, 20, 21, 22. I mean, look, people rent their houses. They don't say you have to be young. You rent the place out to people with 34 and 40. Well, your kids can be there if they're adding on for themselves, not necessarily adding on to you. Of course, you're going to teach them about contributing to the overall thing, and you're going to guide them and discipline them, and they should use the time if they put themselves ahead, because if they're doing right, you're not going to nickel and dime them. But a lot of black youngsters, not all, but some, don't understand the potential to put themselves ahead. In your 20s is when you catch your scars, for the most part, those who caught their scars. Because you went out there with no guidance, or if you had guidance, you revolted against it and want to do your own thing. Oh, that you corny! I got to get this car. You just got out of school. What you mean get this car? You putting yourself in debt. Mm-hmm. Why not open up a little shop and do something in that to provide a service for your neighborhood? It may not be glamorous. We want to go for the glamorous stuff. We don't want to take time to cultivate something. I knew a dude who was a multimillionaire, a black man, had a lumber yard, and they never knew it. They knew he had the lumber yard, but they never knew how much he was worth. And he was there for years. And he bought his vehicles cash.
Well,
he bought his truck cash. Mm-hmm. But he treated himself, and they saw him way across town. Oh man, I saw so-and-so. Man, the car he had, his family was dressed up, whatever. He must be selling a little something. No, yeah, he's selling the wood, Negro. But you don't think you can work. You think now with that limited mind that he's selling drugs or whatever, because that's all your mind can go to. How sad you are. And we know we have the factions of us who do things like that, but not all of us. And so this is why people who are successful, truly successful, and worked hard for it, it's like there's a bounty on your head. How dare you become successful? How dare you even dare to ascend? You can talk it, but you better sit down here with me and be defeated, and I refuse to be that. You can knock me all the way down, ridicule me, smear my name, talk about me, it's no problem. I use that as fuel. And it may take me a little while to crawl about the hole, but I will be prosperous. Not just to say I have money or I have this, right? It's about having prosperous where you're undefeated in your spirit. Prosperous where you know, and you know this, that anything that you put your hand on will succeed with hard work, focus, and sacrifice. And you will have setbacks, but you know that if you don't have that mentality, just sit down on the curb and just wait to die. Living dead. You're alive, but you're not living. And It doesn't mean you have to have millions of dollars to live. It's knowing, self-assured, that's the real God force. That's the real God force. Because you know. Because the Creator has the power, and if He signs off on it, it's a wrap. I'm not going to say big plans like big, because they'll take it like I'm speaking materialistic. Even though there's some material things that I'm going to achieve it's for me, but it's to help. It's to help. If I bust my behind to do something, I'm not going to look to just profit greatly over the next person. I want to find the person that's ambitious. I want to find the person that wants to make the leap, but it's a low obstacle, and I can see through their track record and the way that they think, they're all about it. So if I build another home and they need a way to come out here, I say, listen, you part of the family now. Just give enough to keep it going. Maintain it, which is next to nothing because it'll be brand new built. Get on your feet and help me to build something else that's not killing you. And we bring somebody else up out of here, and you benefit from the sacrifice that you put in on top of mine. How about that? You benefit from something I started, and you get money in the pocket too. You become a partner after you help me maintain the first one. But how many of us think that way?
Right.
So now you getting reduced. I'm not trying to get a profit, but if I come to you and say, hey, a meteor came and hit my roof and I need so, and you didn't save up all this money, give it, because you're going to get more breaks. We're going to help each other. But see, we don't, it's, oh, I got to get mine and you got to get yours, or I got to get mine and I don't want you to get as much as I have. Even what got me, when I learned there were certain individuals in my former inner circle that had way more than me, but they didn't want to see me go higher.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not racing with you if you have more, because really and truly, I'm very content on certain levels. I'm very content. I'm not burning right now. Oh, I have to get this and get that. I don't want to die having 10 houses, pulling out my hair trying to get the 11th. I want to now saturate myself in my destiny from the gifts that were given to me on the inside. Why do I need to build another floor on this house? I already got 3 floors on here. But I'm down in the basement, the bottom floor, I'm not thinking about the other floors. They all have different feels, the way that I wanted it. You know, I haven't left the house for the last 6 days. I went outside on the property, I left, and I'm happy. I don't need to go out. Oh, I went out on the balcony. I got nature. I don't have to go out in the street. That's success.
See, you was like Donald Trump. You don't build that wall.
Oh, thank God for the wall.
The wall, the wall is
team.
undefeated. Look, the wall is undefeated. The wall is undefeated. I said,
exactly.
I said, once you build that wall, they're like, where'd he go? I ain't seen him in the street. Exactly. But you do what you need to get yourself centered, and that will sometimes and oftentimes be something of a material item, because it's the way you want to live. Right.
There's certain parts of there's certain parts where, you know, the person go up on their roof or go in the window, you see a window or whatever have you, no problem. But I went outside and I washed clothes, I hung it out on the line, I went and picked some fruits and realized that I have no clothes on and nobody can see me. What a wonderful feeling.
See?
What a wonderful feeling. Freedom. Natural. Not that it has to go that far all the time, but that, to me, that's a big thing. I can walk out my house and the neighbor's gonna see me. No, I do what I want. I take my reclining lawn chair and lay it out in different parts of the yard. Oh, the sun's going over there. Let me lay out. Matter of fact, let me just take everything off. Just lay out. Get more sun on your body. Feel healthy. You feel free. Free. It's a different kind of free. I'm in my home. And this is not the braggadocious, narcissistic. Oh, hey, look at him. No, it's not. I'm free. When I say free, it's not just being able to be naked in my yard. I'm free from. I look up at the place. I had no mortgage. I beat them crackers at them games. We took our equity and we brought it out to a place where we don't have to pay nothing, never no more. So that's why we take our time, because it's permanent.
And see, people don't realize this. It's good that Trump got elected, but the dollar is still dying, and you can only kick the can but so far down the road.
Exactly. And them trillions are adding up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if people don't, this guy is a businessman. He knows what he's doing. That's what the country needs more than anything else right now. And people are falling in line. Iran is willing to talk.
And see, the thing is, we need a few, and this is what the black church don't understand about politicians. We need a few. I wish they would stop doing the whole identity thing and the they're black, and stop with all that. With you going into business, you're not thinking about that. You thinking about how much money am I gonna make, how much money am I gonna save.
Exactly.
And we need a few presidents that's going to really bring this economy up. A few. It's not going to
happen overnight.
It's going to take more. But what I'm saying is, it's going to take more than Trump's presidency to turn our economy around.
Right. Because somebody can come in and mess it on up right away after.
Right.
Like Biden and Kamala did. Exactly. But see, it's got to be on policy and principle. Yeah. The bottom line, this identity thing, Kamala's black. No. Who is the best person? And just like I said, if I do some stuff out here on an extra level, when everything is done here, and I'm going to naturally look out for my sisters and brothers, but if they are unworthy, and have the wrong traits and attributes, no. There's that white man over there. I'm sorry. He's with it. He's with the principle. I'd rather not. I'd rather hook up but ain't no hookup. Hey man, I went out drinking last night, man. I lost my money. Man, I went to the titty bar, man. You know how it is, man. No, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my face. Oh, yo, man, I'm homeless in Ghana. Well, yeah, all right. You can lean up on the wall or something on the other side.
On the other side.
Yep. You can get some plastic drop cloth, and I'll let you put 2 nails in there and hang it so you can keep the rain off you or something. No, you're not messing me up. That's a cancer, man. That's a cancer. Yep. Cancer. I'm not accommodating nothing for no people who ain't got no daggone ambition. Boy, that was erotic.
But see the thing is, these pastors claim that they have all this discernment. Why can't you discern the correct candidate? Why can't you discern when a candidate is up to no good?
Because their gift of discernment is trying to get to that next sister. I'll say it that way.
And the money. That's the only 2 types of discernment they had. They had that money discernment, and they have the other discernment with the ladies. Yeah.
They zero in on that one. That's right. They know what they're doing with that one. That's all.
But that money gonna come first. But my thing is, you run your church. You run your church like that. You make that money come first in your church. Your money need to come first when it comes to these politicians too.
There you go. But there's more to it involved in that. They're in their little secret societies together, and a lot of the pastors are in that, and that's what they,
And that was another thing that disturbed me about her. She's a sorority sister. I'm like, no, I don't believe in that sorority stuff. No. And
you know what I feel about that? That there's different levels of it. Like, there's a surface level that people take, But there's that next one below what you see, and there's probably another level below that.
But for her to run for president, she's in the deepest level. For her to be running for president, she's in the deepest level.
And that's where she got a lot of support from too, because of that. Automatically. I mean, if just regular black women just automatically ran for her, you know, and just voted for her, whatever, the ones in the sororities on them deeper levels, they the sisters. She really gonna get it. With no doubt. Lining up like March of the Wooden Soldiers. But
yeah, all that sorority crap, no, because I'm not doing no rituals. I'm not doing no seances. I'm not repeating that. I don't believe in all that. No.
Mm-mm. The word ritual scares me.
And all of them do rituals. Every last one of them do rituals to be part of that organization. And to me, from what I believe, it goes against what I believe. Because the God I serve, he didn't give us no handshake, no saying, no ritual, no nothing. Exactly. I can't go behind that. That's one thing that alarmed me. I'm like, she's in a, and I'm not saying the other ones aren't. Because Donald Trump could very well be in one, but like I said, I'm voting on policy.
Right. And because performance, how he performed
almost all of our presidents anyway. Almost all of our presidents are Masons anyway. I don't know if anybody knew that, because our first president, George Washington, was a Mason. He was a Freemason. Yeah.
All of them.
Almost all of our presidents are Masons. I definitely know George Bush don't even hide it. He'll tell you.
He don't hide it. No.
He don't even hide his.
He's so far in, he don't give a damn no more.
Skull and bones? Yeah, he don't hide that. He don't hide skull and bones. He don't even hide that. He said, "Yeah, I'm a Mason. Yeah, I'm a Mason."
Yeah, but he comes off like them old white dudes that were married all their life and turned gay when they were 70.
Yeah,
walking around in Daisy Dukes on the beach holding another man's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do this. I'm not gonna say nothing graphic on the show, but that's what I like to do. Damn it, I'm free now. You'll be dead in 2 years when you come out the closet. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. But that was another, flag for me. But anyway, going forward with any Democratic candidate, once they lead with the identity politics, a red flag is gonna go up. A red flag should go up. If they lead with I'm black, or if they lead with transgender and gay rights, a red flag should go up. A red flag should go up.
It should be more than a flag. It should be just you stepping out of their proximity. Don't even consider them, because if you're starting out with that kind of foundation, you already know where it's going.
Right.
And they always feel they can come up with somebody half black or looks black or whatever and put them in front of you, and you got to run for it. No, it doesn't. And that's why they're pissed, because they thought they had a never-ending stronghold on people's lives, especially the black community, who would take anything. The black community is like that woman, and I'm not making fun of women who get abused by their husbands, but the black community has now become like that person who just keeps taking the abuse and still going home and cooking and cleaning, and one day things going to be better, and keep taking the butt whipping. No, you need to get up on out of there.
Right.
And they take that for granted. You see what I mean?
But they think we're stupid. And see, the pastors think we're stupid too, because all they got to do is get up in their pulpit and regurgitate what the media says.
Mm-hmm.
And they got over half the they got a majority of the congregation voting for that candidate. I'm like, that should tell you that they think you stupid. That should tell you that they think you stupid.
If I'm in the church and they get up there and do that, I'm taking a permanent marker. I'm going to the bathroom and sit down in the store and write a long letter on the wall for everybody.
In the world.
Get off, but it can't come off. Oh my God, we can't see the pastor say, man, he blew the pastor up. We know he's messing with that lady, but he put the name out there and drew a picture.
And knowing you probably take a picture with your phone and post it online.
I'll do it. I'll be a spoiler. I don't know.
All they gotta do is paint over that. So you probably, since you're gonna paint over, I'll just post it online.
Exactly. People start sharing it, go find it and get it all. That's right.
But yeah, they think we stupid. That's why they you know that's why they talk to us the way that they do. That's why they are able to, because they thought you were going to be another Barack Obama.
They really thought that too. They probably had their Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Kamala Harris posters like they did when they trying to put Barack Obama on the same level as Dr. Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey, and the hands walking down, like the images of the civil rights movement, to strike you in your mind, to mind F you, put you in line. You don't look at the facts, just emotionalism. Can't manipulate me. I'll call it out right then and there, and I will. Don't let me be somewhere and they trying to start that mess. They better be glad I'm out in Ghana. Oh, other people would catch me with their phones up in some mess. Trust me.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. But like I said, we can only learn from this. Hopefully more black people know that some black people are starting to wake up and not fall for the identity thing. They're not falling for the same talking points. But we still got a long way to go, because I don't think, and I would like for us to see in our lifetime that more conservative black people. Right. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, but I'm hoping for that.
There's no reason why it can't happen. That's the thing.
But more people have to think outside the box. If we could get them away from all these handouts, we'd be okay.
The handout mentality.
But they're so used to getting them, though. But see, the handout is a result of irresponsibility. When you break it down, I hate to say it, I don't want to be offensive or step on any toes. Most of the handouts is a result of irresponsibility, because not every case is where you were in something solid and the other person just happened to bail. No, you were irresponsible.
And you got to correct that. They'll expect you to correct that.
It's called accountability. And in the black community, we don't want accountability.
And they want to come at you. Let me make somebody famous here for a second. This is off that Trump video that I did that had Muhammad Ali, Jesse Jackson, and Donald King in the picture. Here's what this person wrote 3 hours ago in that video. He still can't trick some black people, such as he done to you. It's a shame we black can't see through our enemy. Shame at your breakdowns. I believe the assumed assassination attempts were staged. That's my opinion of the convicted felon.
My goodness.
Shame at my breakdowns. I broke down the things that he did for the black community. There's so much more. He's mad at that. I can't speak facts.
But he probably heard it off of CNN or MSNBC. I'm telling you where they hear their talking points from.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm going to actually read Agenda 2025 so I can see what all the fuss is about.
Right.
And I really want to find who wrote it, because it definitely won't Trump. Trump didn't even say Agenda 2025, so I'm going to find out.
I know. They pinned that on him. That's like in the algorithms. Some people started searching on Google about, is Lancescurv gay? I'm like, yo, where'd that come from?
Are you serious, Lance?
Yeah. They got a thing you can go and check the general searches on your particular name or a site or whatever. And people started Googling, is Lancescurv gay? Where'd that come from?
Watch out.
Let me tell you something. I'm a flaming heterosexual. And if I was gay, you know it. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gay. I'm gay. But this is what I do. I do this, I do this, I do that. And if that's none of your business, it's behind closed doors. But I am not that. But my kind of personality, I'm going to tell you if I did that or not. But I ain't that. I'm flaming in a good way. And boy, early on, I'm flamed through this life. So, just be real, be who you are. That's why I'm comfortable when we have these conversations. I don't have to read off a script.
And we don't even, you know what? Another thing I want to bring about the liberal left, and this is black and white. Mm-hmm. Why are they so angry? This goes to show me that you're not a mature adult and you don't think on a logical level. Why do you get mad when someone disagrees with you or they don't have the same viewpoint as you have? Isn't that life itself? You don't go through life and meet people that don't have your same viewpoint and don't agree with everything you agree. Isn't that life though?
Right. But the immaturity. So they breeze past a certain phase of development. And somehow this connects to their childhood. Somehow, some way, we know everything does, but in this case, I'll figure it out. I'll do a show on that. Once I figure it out, I'm just going to bust that way.
The liberal left, they like hate you if you don't agree with them. And they hate you if you don't have the same viewpoint that they have, especially in an election. They hate you. They hate you. And I'm like, so when everybody's around you, they have to agree with you and they have to have the same viewpoints as you. Doesn't that sound like a narcissist, though?
Yep. There's a lot of that prevalent these days anyway. A lot of it. They pretend there's something they want out of you or the group. Want to control you.
Oh, my goodness. And it's just sad. It's just so sad. And I just wish that it would change. Because if that's the case, you're going to be mad for the rest of your life. Because you're going to be meeting all kinds of people. and you're going to be mad every 4 years during the election. And I'm still trying to figure out what rights were taken away from you since Tuesday. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Wow.
Because I've been driving around. I've been going to work. I haven't seen anybody in the field picking cotton. I haven't seen anybody in a work camp. I haven't seen that either.
Wow.
I haven't. In the clip I sent you, the black girl, it was a black girl in one of the clips, one of the meltdown clips. She said, "I'm gonna wake up a slave." I'm like, honey, good luck. You waking up a slave? I haven't. I've been on this earth for over 40 years. I have never woken up a slave. But if that's how you gonna wake up, have at it.
I don't think that way. I'm too tough for that.
She said, "I'm gonna wake up a slave." I'm like, wow, your rights was taken, won't they? Wow.
Then I would suggest they leave the country. They ain't gonna do it.
Oh yeah, those videos are out there, so I need to send those to you. They said this one lady was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the country. I already talked to my mom. I'm just gonna leave the country."
Yes, so that way.
Black folks leaving. Black folks leaving the country. First of all, most of y'all don't even have a passport. Secondly, you're not even brave enough to leave the country. When you leave the country, you have to think on a logical level. You can't think with emotions leaving the country, especially if you are going to leave and live somewhere outside the country. It's different when you're vacationing outside the country versus living outside the country. A lot of people don't know that there's a difference.
Whole lot of difference. And most will not be able to let go to be free to join on to something new. So I'm not even saying that I did it and you didn't. No, you have to know what it is that you want out of life and how you want to live. It's the freedom to build on the outskirts of something. They got modern everything down in the city. Ultra modern. Certain things even better than American places I've seen. Around the airport area. But if you're up front, you know.
Well, see, my thing is, I don't see them getting rid of that American mindset going to another country, because the first time you say, well, back in America, we do, you've already messed up.
You need to catch yourself when you say that. That's telling you something about yourself, how you think, especially if you're going to open your mouth and tell, it's not like this in America. We're not in America. Exactly. You're not in America. So what you want? I don't go to a Chinese restaurant and get mad when they're not selling pasta. I don't go into a shoe store to buy shoes for my wife and come back with work boots. You check yourself.
And see, a lot of them won't even know that they being offensive to the people in other countries, especially with the way they dress. With the way you dress alone will offend the other country. Right.
But now on the normal, I just all jacked up. A
lot of videos are coming out and they're like, I'm gonna move to another country. I'm just gonna get out of America. You don't have a passport, most of you. Two, you wouldn't even know how to survive outside of the country, because you talking about rights. You don't have some of your same rights you got now in other countries. You don't.
Exactly. Nor the manpower to enforce it.
Right.
Whole different ballgame.
Well, what are some of the things that they will struggle with now that you've been in Ghana for a few years? Like somebody, let's say somebody liberal is mad at the election. They're going to say, okay, you know, I'm just going to move to Ghana. They just picked Ghana. They're going
to get back real quick. Even if you go to the parts where they have all the modern amenities, those prices are high to live there, honestly. So they're going to walk from, you know, the pan into the fire. But the way people take their time here, ain't nobody jumping fast. You know, you go somewhere to some type of place to get some kind of service or whatever, they're taking a sweet time. And you're like, they need to hurry up and get this thing done. And they're going to take their time. Don't have an appliance that needs to be fixed. The other thing I hear most of the time, you can't bring things back and return it. So when you buy something, it's yours forever.
Right.
You can use the one time in the break and say, listen, you know, you got a warranty on this one? Oh, no warranty. Oh, you broke it? You know, okay. It might give you something, the equivalent of it, whatever. But, you know, it's just different. And ain't nobody really, they'll go crazy over you because of the money that they think you have. But other than that, they ain't paying you no mind. A lot of folks come out here looking for attention. They want to come out here and be the white man to the people out here.
No.
Meaning in America, what they took from the system, the treatment that they received from the system, they want to come out here and execute the same thing on the people out here. I've overheard people saying things, you know. Yeah,
really?
I was at an event. Oh yeah, I was at an event one time. This one lady was talking under her breath about some of the little kids that were in a village close by to where we were, and they came around us. And they were saying some nasty things about them kids. Like they were some downtrodden. Yeah. A lot of black folks in America come here, put on the kente cloth, and change their names, and they can play pretend and whatever they want to project to the world. That's social media. They can't wait. Folks jumping around all the tourist areas. I went here and I went there. And you the same old person from where you came from in America. Your heart hasn't changed. No? Mm-mm. That's why I choose to be a ghost.
Well, see, the thing is, I wouldn't mind them taking their time if I was there, because I know I would be getting quality. I mean, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time, if I pick the right people, I'm getting a quality product.
And you got it right. You got to pick the right people, because the main thing is, for a lot of folks here, They want to get that money and they're gone, never to be seen again. Or what I've noticed here, some guys that you have come and give estimates for certain things and never call you back. So what the hell is, this happened a lot. A whole lot. But then we find out at the end of the day, it's a blessing in disguise. And when you're building, you better go buy your own materials. Because these guys will go, oh, give me the money. I'll go buy it. It costs a certain amount. And it's way more. And the person that owned the shop that maybe sold the concrete or the steel or whatever, he's going to jack it up so that the guy that's working for you can get his piece for him bringing it. Yep.
Well, see, I'm glad I know all this stuff now.
Exactly. But it's major, but it's not major when you know how to deal. Everybody gonna get their money off you in their mind. And they ain't got no shame in naming a high behind price.
Yeah. I keep looking at videos for Ghana and Kenya, and it's like people that are moving to Kenya, it's mostly people that's retiring. They're getting their checks coming in, and then they're actually buying high rises and condos and stuff close to downtown so they can have a view of the city. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how they want to live. They're like, I want to be among, the action. I want to be able to go downstairs and walk to the store or the hospital's around the corner and all this other stuff. But those condos are pretty nice. Yeah.
Oh, no, it is. Oh, yeah. And that's what they underestimate about, like, Kenya and different places or South Africa. They underestimate it. And lots of times, there are places out here there's just such quality and even better. But I'm saying that knowing, and I've never been everywhere in America, what I'm saying is that they do not spread that. They don't want people to know. There's an alternative. You still play your same old music and think about back in the day when you were in America. I was doing that today. I had called up a friend. I sent him a song. I said, remember that song? Those were the good old days. He's like, yeah. But I'm not stuck in the past. When I need that extra boost, I get it. I'm content. I know how I like to live. I know the food I like to eat. I know the times I like to go to bed and wake up, whatever. I know how I live now. I've mastered it. I've mastered myself more so. And I had more time to get into myself, meditate and think about things in the past that I've learned lessons from things that I wanted answers for, just from the mere tranquility. Now, it doesn't mean you have to come to Ghana for that. You can get that bad boy in Peru. You can get it in Brazil and live in certain parts.
Yeah,
right. Just when you get out of that crazy thing where there's something always hanging over your head. There's something always leaning down on your shoulder you got to do next. You go into bed and you can't sleep because you know how much you got to do and you have to accomplish it. Whichever way you're working to make money, there's that pressure on you. You go to the ATM, or they're standing behind you or near you, and you swear they're looking to, do something to you. And oftentimes, a lot of times it does happen that way. You know what I mean? But you don't have that out here. If somebody's hanging around the ATM when you leave, they're going to beg you some money. Oh, can I have so-and-so? And things do happen. Crimes do happen. There's rare crimes that happen out here. Petty stuff.
Yeah, but nothing like over here. Oh, gosh. Especially during an election. You just told me that. You were like, no, they don't do what y'all do.
Right.
Election.
Because there was a driver one time, he was asking me about crime in the States. So I said, on any given day in New York City, there's several people getting killed. He could not believe it. I said, okay. It's before we got to the destination. I said, let me go look at the news channel and look at the crime side. And let's see what happened today. He couldn't believe it. 6-year-old girl shot in the head. An old man killed in a botched robbery. Home invasions. I'm like, and I know these neighborhoods. He couldn't
down
believe
here in Raleigh, we don't have the killings, but we have the robberies. We had the road rage incidents. Like just last week, and this was by where my mom lived that. There was somebody along the highway. This happened right after the election, so I'm like, is it election, related? They were just sitting along the highway, just shooting at cars.
Oh man, you that bored?
Yeah. Just shooting at cars that was driving by.
Wow.
I'm just saying, it's crazy over here. Like, this is the most violent place.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The most violent place. I mean, it's a good place to make money, and I like the country I was born in. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against America, but it is not the best place. I'm telling you, it's not the best place to retire.
When you look at anybody's top 10 list of top 10 places to live, the United States is never really on one of them.
Right. It's never on the list. It's never on the list.
That's strange. Unbelievable.
And then I saw a video where people that lived over in, I think Kenya, Ghana, and certain places in the country, they flew back over here just to vote in the election. And flew back.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Probably got on the same exact plane that just need a little maintenance. Got off the plane and go vote, jump right back on the bad boy. So the pilot, listen, I'm just voting real quick. I'm leaving my stuff right here. No, you need to take it. Trust me. By the time you get out the bathroom, I'll be back.
Because think about it, if they own a business here, or if they get SSI here, and they're over there, the election will affect them. And yes, you should vote. If you feel that strongly about it, you should.
Yep. It's just amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand. People saying they want to leave America. People saying, I'll come back in 4 years. I'm like, you are not doing that. I don't know why you're making a video. You are not leaving America. It takes a lot to pick up and move to a country, be there 4 years, and come back. You don't have a passport. You don't even know. You don't even know if you need a visa to get to the. I mean, come on. You probably behind on bills. Somebody you move to another country. What you gonna do in another country?
Mess up again.
They don't have the same laws we have over here. Like, you can't go nowhere. You can't go to another country and get Section 8 and all that other stuff. They don't care nothing about you being hungry.
That's right. And it's your brain that's gonna feel it, not theirs. That's why you got grown men out there at the street light. You got girls selling juices and fruits and different eggs and everything. And these dudes got windshield wipers they selling it, whatever they got to do. And you can tell they don't want to do it. They got little bottles of the thing that you can pull out and blow bubbles and stuff. Hey, bubbles. I don't want no daggone bubbles.
But that's what they have to do to survive. They got to do what they got to do to survive.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But yeah, I just, like I said, it's plenty of content to be created. When I go on YouTube, everybody's talking about some form of the election and the outcome. So there's plenty of content to be made. There's plenty of money to be made on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
You got people outside. You got people outside the country making content on the election.
You ain't lying. It's out of hand now. You get content on anything now.
Yep.
Wow. I got to be rediscovered.
Of course. So, I am going to say this. In the next election, if you did not like the outcome of this one, just know that all you have to do is regroup, think about what's best for you and your family, make a plan, and start taking action on that plan. Do not be fooled by someone's race. Do not be fooled by someone's gender. Do not vote on race and gender alone. Vote policy. When you vote policy, you end up making a very good choice for you and your family. And just because you make a choice for you and your family does not mean that the choice that you make for you and your family is not a wrong choice. And don't be intimidated by someone telling you that you didn't make a good choice or that you should have made the choice that they made, because your household is your household, and you can only vote for what is right for your household.
Right.
So don't let anybody tell you who to vote for, because vote for what's best for your life and your household and your pockets, because we're all in different tax brackets, and what's good for your tax bracket may not be good for my tax bracket.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
Wow.
And that is my final thoughts on that. Yeah.
Beautifully said. This was an excellent exchange. I know I joked around a lot, but, them people deserve it. But you brought up some great points. And then once again, I know people will learn from what you shared, because you said nothing wrong. You did a lot of thinking. You know the deal. Maybe one day you'll make some moves, whatever. But also, which publicly on this channel, people know that you know a lot about the financial and in those worlds. So we have to take heed. And you know what you're talking about. But thank you so much, dear sister.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. And we'll be enjoying this tomorrow. Well, I'm already in tomorrow. You're still in Saturday, and I'm in Sunday already. So,
yeah, I'm still early. It's not even 8:30. It's like 8:26. So I'm still early in Saturday.
It's 1:26 over here. Ain't that something? It's a big world out here.
We participate in that stupid daylight savings time crap.
Yeah, that's no good. Throw your body off. But that's have you walk around all crazy, You get to work. You get to work and like, how I get to work? I'm just waking up.
Yeah,
you washed
that's
up,
right.
brushed your teeth, everything, drove, and did everything right, and then you finally that's crazy.
Yeah.
I used to wake up driving the bus.
Are you serious? You know what? I've had moments like that. Have you ever had?
I know exactly what you're going to say.
You can start recording at this point.
Okay. All right, we're going to get down in it for a few minutes. Okay, hold on one second. Let me hit this off.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.